Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have for you. New SEC filing has legal analysts puzzled. You're going to want it. Jeremy Allaire responds to the U.S. Treasury regulating crypto. Has the U.S. Treasury been activated? Oh, you're going to want that too. How about this? Hedera Hashgraph, HBAR, calling for $10. I don't have a problem with it, do you? XRP, $6 to $32. Let's hear what they say. 70,000% gains for XRP. Don't say it can't happen, because it already has. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for exclusive content. Right now, it is $1.09 billion, $1 trillion. $9 billion market cap for crypto. That's how we say it. Whoa, can we get it back over 3 trillion? Is that too much to ask? Can we do that? I know you guys wanted to. Right now, let me tell you, Bitcoin is 23,100 plus. Ethereum is almost $1,700, right on the edge here, teetering. I even wanted to go ahead and cross 1,700. Isn't that something? 36 cents for XRP. And shout out to Cardano and Charles Hoskinson at 51 cents today. The range of price for XRP is 36 cents on the bottom, 38 on the top. We'll keep an eye on it. Take a look at this. Bank of England says crypto adoption in fully developed metaverse may pose systemic risk to financial stability. Let me give that one more time. Bank of England says crypto adoption in a fully developed metaverse may pose systemic risk to financial stability. That is quite a statement, ladies and gentlemen. If that doesn't tell me, certainly my digital perspective is not financial advice, just how incredibly impactful this fourth industrial revolution is going to be and the metaverse that comes with it. Oh my, oh my. Sounds like Bank of England's getting it loud and clear. You know what? I thought of this the other day. Shout out to Unstoppable Domains. You know I own a ton of domains. And matter of fact, I just recently acquired digitalperspectives.x. Oh, I love that. Yeah, got my hair stand up on my forearm. But if you're interested in premium domains or just one that you think's creative that you want for yourself or not, you know, for some other opportunity, it's out here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, what I love about this in this time, this current moment we're in right now, is that there's no regulatory issues about buying domains, ladies and gentlemen. And you don't have to spend $50,000 or $35,000 on one either. You could buy your own domain for $20 to $40. I mean, it's so reasonable, it's crazy. But I tell you, I have some promising domains, and coming in the near term, we're going to go over some of the ones that I have in case somebody out here may want it. Let's get started. Never underestimate the animal spirits of the retail investor. Come on in. Yeah, hashtag decentralized justice. John Deaton has reported, and ProCoin News right along with him. Give them all a follow. We did it. Cross 70,000 XRP holders and not slowing down. And you know why? It's because the rest of the crypto space is starting to wake up to the idea and understanding that the SEC versus Ripple is just as indicative to the whole entire crypto space as it is XRP. And that message is being heard loud and clear. Don't forget, early September, we got mainnet coming up. I'm interested to hear how that goes with Ryan Selkis and others from the other side of the fence here, sitting down with Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple. We'll keep you up to date on it. JP Morgan Chase will partner with Alipay to process online purchases on Alibaba, the online shopping site. That means U.S. consumers' purchases will go through Alipay. Just one more way that China gets all of our information. Isn't that just lovely? Hashtag sarcasm. Here's something that doesn't need sarcasm. Hashtag excitement. Kava Network, and I said this the other day, they had 310 million, now 320 million total value locked up in smart contracts and growing. The leader in the Cosmos ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen, Kava Network and Kava 11 upgrade coming September 8th, just a little less than a month from now. Look at this. Now, you guys know, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I hold HBAR, and I have had times, this has been one of those projects that I held a ton of it a long time ago, and then after, this happens to me. Does this happen to you? Very quickly? I got to do this because we're all investors, we're all speculators in this space. I have moments of time where I'll be like, okay, I'm going to get wide, and I'm going to put some money into this and this across these 15, 20. And then I'll have moments like it'll be sometime later, year later, 6 months later, whatever it is. And based on news and the way I'm feeling and seeing the market, I'm like, no, I'm condensing everything down to XRP and Stellar and XDC. That's it. It's got to be these. And this is what's, and then I'll like sell everything into like just 2 or 3. Sometimes I feel like a mad scientist, but I'm never quite sure if the experiment's going to work out. But right here, I'll be happy if this works out because I do hold HBAR, and Egg Rag Crypto says, don't weep when we start posting our sell orders at $2 and $3 and $10. And here's the chart, he says, that shows it all, that being a millionaire is still possible, certainly when it comes to HBAR. Well, I wish I could understand these charts as well as these guys do, I tell you. And not financial advice from him, me, or anyone else in this video, but look, they're seeing something here, and obviously the 0.618 for the Fibonacci chart is a key line, and it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility. And we're going to look at something here in a second with XRP price, and for those of you that are new in the space, you're going to think, okay, this is hypey, but I want you to keep something in mind. These markets, when they move quickly, and they don't ask for permission. Take a look at this. I covered it yesterday. The U.S. Treasury Department steps in and blacklists crypto mixing service Tornado Cash. Now, I reported on it yesterday. I'm not going to get hung up on that. But what I do want to report is this is Jeremy Allaire coming back on the idea of the U.S. Treasury actually stepping in for designated sanctions against these Ethereum addresses associated with Tornado Cash. Let's get into that. But I want to tell you first what I think is going on here. It sounds like the U.S. Treasury has been activated on the battlegrounds of legally overseeing and regulating an open protocol that moves value. That's what I'm hearing. The U.S. Treasury didn't ask anybody's permission. OFAC, right? The Office of Foreign Asset Control, come out and said, boom, this is what the deal is. This is done. Now, I tell you, that's enforcement. That's regulation. That's enforcement. Nothing left to talk about. Not taking them to court. It's over. You're on the list. And you don't want to be on that list. Well, very quickly, let's move through this thread. Because I think what you're going to see here from Jeremy Allaire is how he's positioned himself to let everybody know that they are highly, highly regulated at USD Coin. He says, yesterday, U.S. Treasury designated sanctions for the Ethereum addresses associated with Tornado Cash as a U.S. regulated financial institution subject to Bank Secrecy Act requirements. Circle, together with our partner Coinbase, restricted the movement of USDC funds in these sanctioned addresses. They're playing along and they're letting everybody know we are compliant and we are submissive to the regulator, which is the Treasury. You're hearing talk, ladies and gentlemen. It is likely that nearly all responsible registered virtual asset service providers also took steps to block customers and transactions from these addresses or face charges of willfully avoiding U.S. sanctions compliance and obligations, which can bring up to 30 years in the hole. How about that one? Yeah, the regulatory intervention in this case crossed a major threshold in history of the internet. Listen to this key part right here. It crossed a major threshold in the history of the internet, in the history of open blockchain finance. What you just saw with a major government obliging parties to outright block or limit the functioning of an open source software on the internet. But I thought they said you can't stop the tech, Jeremy. They say you can't stop the technology, man. You can't, bro. Yeah? Well, U.S. Treasury and OFAC just did. It raises extraordinary questions about privacy and security on the internet. I think in the long run, I'm not happy about it as a libertarian, but I'm not so sure we're going to have any. And in the future of public internet digital currency, we've noted the tension between privacy and security as a policy matter. Yesterday, this stopped being an abstraction and became a truth, right? Some of this is my paraphrasing. Separately, I have shared this blog post which outlines our actions and suggests from some paths forward for our industry. In short, this is a critical moment for crypto industry to sharpen its focus on major policy issues tied to financial privacy. You know, this brings me back to what Chris Giancarlo, the former CFTC regulator, said to me when I asked him, are you suggesting that the United States government should adopt a value protocol or protocols in order to hold that protocol to the level of the Constitution and the respect to the citizens of this country when it comes to privacy? And I'm paraphrasing that. And he says it's worth considering. That's what he believes. And he believes that because he cites the example that government is using social media platforms to outsource censorship, which I could certainly agree with on that. So things are getting very interesting. And what I see happening overall here is that the U.S. Treasury has been activated and they took action. And it is even more critical by the day that the United States Congress get out here and start passing some legislation that will not stifle the space. Take a look at this. Thank you, Jim. We appreciate James Filan for everything he does here. The SEC has filed a one-line response to the Ripple defendants' efforts to enforce Judge Netburn's ruling on authentication of videos of SEC officials' remarks. The SEC says it takes no position on Ripple's request to reopen fact discovery, which that's not even completely accurate. Let's get into that. Well, this is what the letter says right here. And it says, Plaintiffs' Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, respectfully takes no position on defendants' motion to reopen fact discovery in order to serve non-party subpoenas for the purpose of obtaining video recordings for authentication. However, wait, there's more. If we go down into this thing, I believe it was in this thread here that I saw it earlier, and forgive me, because I know I see these things, but I think they misrepresented the idea about reopening discovery, that that's not necessary, and nor was it really asked by Ripple. So this is pretty remarkable. So let's start here with Jeremy Hogan here, and then we'll get to Fred Rispoli here. He says, I'm at a loss on this one-sentence reply brief. He says, my instinct is that Attorney Guerre realized how bad he would look if he actually tried to argue the SEC's position, and so he took the easy way out. I think it's fair to say the lawyering from the SEC has been strange recently. It seems it's just intentional delays, isn't it? Isn't that what we're seeing here? He says Attorney Guerriere identifies, I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, Jeremy says, whoops, I identify as an idiot. He said, for some reason, I was thinking Pedro Pascal, who had the absolute best death ever on GOT. There you go. Look, you know what? I don't know what's going on here. The SEC wouldn't stipulate to it, requiring the motion from Ripple to be filed and then turned around and agreed to it. How does that make any sense? Asked Jeremy Hogan. I totally get it. It is puzzling. You know, but maybe not, right? If we're definitely talking about just delays for the sake of them, that's what they've got here. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. But let's keep this moving because I want to talk about this very quickly. It is BlackRock, right? And Coinbase's relationship here recently. But remember this about BlackRock. Robert Mitchnick came from BlackRock, and he also came from Ripple. In 2019, BlackRock hired former Ripple executive Robbie Mitchnick to lead the digital assets area. He also penned a paper outlining a methodology for valuing crypto assets. Now, what's fun about that is that Robert Mitchnick, along with Susan Athey, were the creators of the XRP calculator, which we've used probably wrong on this channel, but to try to determine what a value would be or come somewhere close to it. And it is quite a calculator. This calculator is based on a valuation model developed by Susan Athey and Robert Mitchnick, which did a valuation of XRP to believe between $6 and $9 or $6 and $32 at one point. But I digress. That's another matter. But it is interesting that BlackRock jumping back into Coinbase, right? And offering Bitcoin to their clients. Robert Mitchnick from Ripple to BlackRock. I tell you, this whole case just really feels like a bunch of Shakespeare to me. Now, I know it was a weapon in the beginning, but it certainly has gotten to the point now where it's like a bad play that won't end. Looking right here, talk about predictions of XRP. Look at this. This is just from a couple weeks ago, talking about predictions of XRP price between 2022 and 2030. If we look at this, we come down this here. I want to get into it just a little bit. We all know what XRP is. But what I want to show you is this. Because the question I have here is, what is normal anymore? People hear these high prices in a down market like this and they get pissed off. How can you talk about prices like that? We're not even at $1, because I'm not interested in it being $1. I'm interested in how it gets to $100 or $1,000 or $10,000 and beyond. That's what I'm interested in. I certainly want it to hit $1. Just like if I had the awareness enough to invest in Amazon in the early days when it went to $100+ and then dropped and crashed all the way back to $5 plus. I would like to think that had I had the awareness to buy it in the beginning, I would have taken some profits when it went up to $100, and then I would have bought again back down at the $5 range, because hopefully if I had the awareness to buy into it at the beginning when they were selling books, I would have the awareness to understand that now they're just going to rinse and repeat and sell everything. And now the stock is worth thousands of dollars, right? And that's what I feel like when I'm looking at the early days here for Ripple and what its real potential is. This is not financial advice. I've just gotten comfortable sharing my digital perspectives. And I love this space, and I'm hugely passionate about this space, and not just Ripple and not just XRP. There's many, many other projects that I'm invested in. We'll make sure to get into more of that as we move forward as well. But looking right here, you do see some predictions where they talk about if we come down here, what would the price be in 2025? You have a couple different experts. One says $1.47 to $1.76 by 2025, which is not really progress at my house. But if I got to be here that long, I have to be here that long. I believe in the ultimate goal. A panel of experts polled for Finder pegged XRP to $3.61, which is just under the all-time high by 2025, which we're talking another 3 years, 2.5 years, right? So then here we have one that says $1.50 from Crypto News. And then if I come down here, I want to show you this. Trading Education is even more optimistic, with a price prediction as high as $8.07 by 2025, which is about a 2,023% increase over its current price. Now, I want you to think of that. A lot of people will say, that's incredible. I mean, nobody's going to see any kind of gains like that. Well, there's a further prediction here by 2030 from Trading Education as well. It says it could reach XRP at $31.81 by 2030. If this turns out to be true, you can ride that wave and hold on to cryptocurrency at a $100 investment to $8,366.03 in little less than 10 years. How about that one? But here's what I want to say. If you want to talk about what has happened and what could happen, it does not give you a guarantee that any of it will happen. Who knows? Maybe we're all wrong and it goes to zero. I don't personally feel that way, but I know there's no guarantees when you invest. But one thing I do know is what is normal? Is it the right reaction to act mad or frustrated or upset because someone talks about a 2,000% gain in price, when the reality is in 2017 XRP did 70,000+ gain? This happened because it had a very long accumulation phase just like the one we happen to be experiencing right now. Does that mean that we're going to see 70,000% gains? Absolutely not. But does it mean that it can't happen? Absolutely not. And how do we know that, Brad? Because it already has happened before. This is why I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you this, not financial advice from me or anyone else. If you haven't done it, protect your identity online. PureVPN is one of the many different ways in which I do that. 82% off on 27 months protection for $1.99. And they have an even better percentage off and monthly fee for a 5-year deal as well. Check out all the links underneath the video for great products and services. I will catch all of you on the next one.